God, it's freezing. Ah, the water's so cold.
Well, even though we are not on the boat work continues.
An unexpected and really awful turn. Yeah, I'm so sorry, honey. Oh my God, what if we have to go into another surgery or... We are Mike and Taylor, and these are our dogs, Penny and Lucy. We sold our home and nearly everything we owned, moved aboard a 40-foot boat, and sailed from Seattle. This is the story of us making our way.
Well, it is haul out day, so we just pushed out of the slip and we're heading over to the boat ramp.
Well, she is all settled in for her little summertime siesta. So the massive project of getting Via to the yard is just about complete. And now the massive project of getting all of us to the United States begins. So the way that we are getting to the United States is as follows. We're gonna wake up at about 3:30 in the morning so that we can pack the car, this car, our Mexican rental car, and drive from San Carlos, where we are right now, to Tucson, Arizona. Mike is going to drop me and the dogs off at a hotel in Tucson, Arizona, and then Mike is gonna turn on his heels and drive this car back here to San Carlos. And in the morning, he's going to return the Mexican rental car here. He's gonna get on a bus and take the bus up to Tucson, where he'll meet me at the hotel. Meanwhile, I'm gonna be picking up a new rental car in Tucson, and then we'll take the new American rental car and we will drive that from Tucson to Los Angeles, where we will return the American rental car.
Yeah. Bit of a shuffle.
It's a whole lot of a shuffle. And then of course we're doing the exact mirror image when we're back here in just a few weeks.
Well.
Welcome to the Santa Monica Mountains outside of Los Angeles, where we've been staying with Mike's parents since arriving back from Mexico. With Via on the hard while she waits out an incredibly hot summer and hurricane season in San Carlos, we've returned to the States for 3 months to work and to visit friends and family. Oh my God, it's freezing. Ah, the water's so cold.
Well, even though we are not on the boat work continues. So I pulled our autopilot ram. This is kind of the muscle of the autopilot. There's a computer and a compass and other parts, but this is the hydraulic linear ram. So this is the thing that actually turns the rudder. And it's been working great, other than it's got a couple of small leaks. You can't see it now because I cleaned it up, but the seals in here have been leaking. The seals down in there have been leaking. When we were getting ready to put Via up on the hard, I pulled it out. It was actually quite easy to pull it out, other than I had to do some boat yoga to get to it. But I got it out, hauled it all the way up here. Figured it'd be easier to do the rebuild here, getting the right seals and stuff, probably easier. Plus, if I screw it up, I could bring it into a hydraulic shop or something like that and speak the same language. So, and this thing works great, so why not keep it going? You know, it's been going for 18 years. I think we could probably get another at least 10 years out of it with some new seals. So this is like the big cylinder. This part attaches to the end of the rudder shaft itself, and this moves in and out hydraulically. Here's the pump, a little reservoir for fluid, and then you can see the other end of the shaft here. So, you know, this shaft is all one thing, so it kind of goes through here. So here's my little diagram, and I think what I've got to replace is the seal and the cleaner, which are in here. And looks like there's the same thing on this end. That's going to be down in this piece here. And this whole cylinder is going to be filled with hydraulic fluid. It's probably going to make a big mess. Going to be hydraulic fluid everywhere. I'll kind of pull it apart, and hopefully I can get to everything. I got my little helper. Hi, Penny. Say hi. She's busy. And we'll see. Hopefully it's pretty straightforward. All right.
We packed up the fam and drove out to Joshua Tree, a favorite place of ours to visit. It's monsoon season, and we happened to catch some pretty cool thunderstorms while we were here. But the drama wasn't just in the weather and the sky. Things took an unfortunate turn. So we are here in Joshua Tree, California. We drove out from Los Angeles to actually my cousin's house. She's got a house here that we have visited a great many times and really enjoy coming to. So we thought it would be great to come out while we were here. So we're here this week, and it took a turn a couple days ago. Lucy was chasing a ball out in the yard and ran into a yucca plant with her open eye. And so she punctured her eyeball with this like spear-like end of the yucca plant. Took her to see a vet, the first vet here that said that they could see her, and they gave her a bunch of medicine. They took what they could find out because they think there was still like something in there, and I think they took it out, but they strongly recommended that we find a specialist to just confirm that everything is out and good. And I'm really glad that we did. We found somebody who is like 2.5 hours away. We drove there yesterday, and that doctor determined on the spot that Lucy needed surgery. Lucy went into emergency eye surgery yesterday.
Yeah, I'm so sorry, honey.
And got the wound sutured.
Look at that. How do you feel, Lucy? She looks good.
She does. I mean, she's wagging her tail.
Yeah, her eye is like open. She looks better than she did before surgery.
Yeah, well, that's a good thing. Do you want to go pee-pees?
little wobbly.
She's ready for her cheeseburger fries.
And has just been in so much pain these last couple of days. She's just like, she'll wake up in the middle of the night and just be crying, and it's really hard. But she's been so brave and good about everything. And right now, Mike just took her back down for a post-op follow-up, even though the surgery was just yesterday. But the doctor just wanted to be sure that her, stitches and everything were looking good and holding, and there wasn't a problem. And so she's been cleared. Everything looks good. So they're on their 2.5 hour drive back to Joshua Tree. It's just been crazy. And this poor dog, I hope she feels better. The prognosis is amazing. They don't think that her vision has been affected. The doctor said, she was like, after this thing heals, which it can take a while to heal, it can take like a month. But she's like, once it's healed, it'll be like it never happened. Like, just kind of incredible. So that's what we've been up to here. An unexpected and really awful turn for Lucy and for everybody, I think all things considered, it could have been worse. And with a little bit of time and a lot of money, it is on its way to healing. And, like the doctor said, like it never happened. So we still have like a long road of healing, and we have to be really careful with her, making sure that she wears her cone and she doesn't scratch or do anything to disrupt the surgery. But yeah, it's been a wild couple of days here. Lucy's eye healing well, armed with her cone of shame and a litany of medications, both oral and topical, to ward off her biggest risk, infection, we packed up the fam once again, and this time headed north to the rolling gold and green hills of Sonoma County, California. We visited with family. We tasted wines. We ate so much good food. And we fully soaked up the incredibly beautiful scenery of this part of the world.
Been maybe a month or something since I took our autopilot apart. We got it all cleaned up and she's ready to go back together. I finally got all my seals and everything, so hopefully everything fits right. The only bummer part is I have no way to test it. Like I can't even pressurize, can't run the motor, can't do anything until we get back to the boat, hook it up to the batteries in the computer and then run it. So I'll do my best I can to see if it's leaking, but I don't think we're really gonna know until we get back down to Via and actually reinstall it. And then fingers crossed, and we'll hope for the best. All right, let's see if this will actually go in. This has been a really fascinating video, huh? All right, it's pretty much back together. I don't know, that's it. And then I gotta figure out how to get fluid in it and actually bleed out all the air. This whole thing is probably boring as fuck.
And we were off again, this time by plane to see my family way over on the East Coast. When you're accustomed to moving at the speed of a slow jog everywhere you go, it's truly remarkable to be able to get on a plane, fly over an entire continent, and in a time span of a couple of movies, arrive at the shores of an entirely different ocean. One more jump from the coast of Maine took us to the outskirts of the Adirondacks, a place that both Mike and I know intimately. But this time we saw it all with new eyes. Nothing will make you quite appreciate the staggering greenery and lush forests of a northeastern summer, like living on a boat in the desert for a year. We were truly taken aback by the abundant beauty and life here. But before long, it was time to head back to Los Angeles and get ready to make our move back to Mexico. Well, we are 2 weeks out from Lucy's surgery. In the last couple of days, we noticed that there was like a raised bump on her eye. So we messaged the surgeon, the doctor's office here, to see if this was a cause for concern or a normal part of healing. And they said, you know, it's a little hard for us to tell with photos or whatever. So let's bring her in pretty soon to see if it's okay. So we just had kind of a stressful hour-long drive out here where we were just sort of sitting in silence, like not even letting ourselves go through the list of what ifs. Like she had ruptured this thing and it was all whatever. Anyways, she just had her follow-up appointment and the surgeon determined that the bump is what'd she call it?
Vigorous healing response?
Vigorous healing response. And that she is in fact totally healed and everything is looking amazing. So it is great news. Great news for us. And this little one, I was like, oh my God, what if we have to go into another surgery or... So now she's down to one medicine and she's, you know, she passed the test from the doctor and so we're all very happy. So we're gonna drive an hour back home and
Celebrate.
Yay!
She doesn't like to let us out. She says, don't get that trash.
Oh, she dumps the cheese.
And just like that, after a couple days of the rental car shuffle, we were headed back to Via. Well, to our Airbnb right next to the boatyard.
There's a Via in there somewhere.
But it felt so good to be back. Well, hello from Mexico. We made it back after 3 months away, and it feels honestly like it's been even longer than 3 months. It feels like it's been ages since we've been here, so it feels so nice to be back. I am coming to you live from our Airbnb here in San Carlos, where it's going to be sort of our like base of operations for the next week or two, because Via's in the yard and we are gonna do some work on that boat. We are gonna paint the bottom and do a couple other projects while she's hauled out before we put her back in the water and fully move back aboard. So it's a little weird. It feels like we're, you know, kind of like in this sort of limbo thing here where we're like back in San Carlos, but we're not really like back to like boat life, and we're kind of living out of boxes and suitcases and stuff right now. It's a little bit strange, but it is just so amazing to be, God, it is so beautiful here. Everything is so lush and green. Like the mountains here are green. It's so beautiful. We can't wait. We can't wait to be back on the boat. But like I said, we've got some projects to tackle. So we're gonna bring you guys all along for the ride. For now, we've got this little Airbnb that has a hell of a view. I want to show you. Join us next time as we take on boat work. We give Via some fresh new bottom paint, put her all back together again, splash, and finally get to move back on board.